I think it's rolling. Great. Hi, everybody, and welcome back to our weekly live stream. My name is Alicia, and today we are going to talk about how to express wishes about the past. I'm going to focus on using grammar like should have and could have. So if you need to practice these grammar points, I hope that you will find some good opportunities, some good chances in today's lesson. All
チラ
right,
シを送
so
っても
while we
全然
wait
反
for
応が取れな
everyone
い。
to join us live, of course, please make sure to like and share. Please make sure to like and share this video so that other people can find and join in today's lesson. That would be fantastic. That would be super, super cool. Also, a couple of really quick announcements. First thing first is, of course, about this banner at the bottom of the screen here, this 47% off banner. There is a sale this week as well. The end of the year is a big sale time. So this week there is a different sale from last week. It is a 47% off sale. If you want to study with us, you can find our lesson, tools, and resources from the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube or above the video on Facebook. All the details are in the link so you can choose what is the best for you. That's announcement number one. As always, announcement number two is if you have questions for me that are different from today's lesson topic, you can send them to me for this series. And if you want to find me on Instagram, this is where you can find it as well. This is the Ask Alicia series, a question and answer series. So you send me your questions and I answer them, maybe. Like I'll read your question for sure. And then maybe I will choose yours to answer. So if you have a question about vocabulary, a different grammar point, questions about culture, whatever, you can send them to me and I'll check it out. So if you want to find that, there's a link for this. Links for all of this are below the video if you're watching on YouTube. If you're watching on Facebook, sorry, I can't update links on Facebook, but you can check the YouTube description. Right. Okay. Good. That's all for announcements. I will say hi and make sure everybody is here. I haven't checked Facebook yet. YouTube. Hello, YouTube. Mauricio and Nelson, Kanwaljit, Alessandro. Oh, I can't read your name in Arabic writing. Hello, I'm good. Babna, Juan. Okay, lots of regular faces and some new faces. Fantastic. Over on Facebook. Facebook, are you here? Are you ready? I'm coming for you. If you are just joining live for the first time, or if you are joining for the first time in a long time, I am broadcasting from my home. So I'm checking, I'm not ignoring you, I'm checking Facebook on my phone, from my phone. Okay, it looks like Facebook is joining us too. Facebook is all good. So let's get started with today's lesson topics. Also, now that everyone is here too, please do make sure to hit the like button. It helps others find our lessons. Okay, let's look at today's lesson boards. Let's take a look. Today's topic is how to express wishes about the past. So, if you joined last week, maybe you recognize this grammar. I wish I had and I should have. We're going to cover this again. We're going to review. Then we're going to practice I could have and I couldn't have. Finally, we'll end with some useful expressions and some very, very basic grammar practice. Okay, cool. So now everybody is here. Let's get going. Let's talk about how to use our review point again. So again, I covered this in last week's live stream and I want to review it because one, it's a very useful grammar point. And a useful pattern, but also I want to review the verb form we use. Many people struggled a bit with this verb form last week. So let's review different example sentences from last week if you joined. So the first way to express a wish about the past is with I wish I had, I wish I had, or I should have, I should have. You can choose one of these two. We tend to use I wish I had together with a simple past tense like point. So when we say, for example, when I was a kid, or this morning, or last year, like we tend to express a specific point in time with I wish I had. You can use I should have to express the same feeling, but you can drop. It's very common to drop the specific past point in time. Okay? So, to make these patterns, we use I wish I had plus the past participle form of the verb. I should have plus past participle form too. So a reminder, the past participle form is not past tense. It is not the infinitive form. So for example, I wish I had eaten, or I should have eaten. That special form of the verb, with eat in this case, needs to be used here. Last week I saw many in the chat using the ing form. That's not correct, like eating or drinking. That's not correct. So you need to use the past participle form. So for today's lesson, of course, you can send your comments in the chat. You can send example sentences in the chat, and I will try to check live. Okay, let's go to some examples and a quick refresh. What does this mean? So this pattern means the desired action did not happen. So I wish I had, or I should have something, something, means the desired action, the thing I want, the action I wanted, did not happen, and I feel unhappy about it. So let's look at some examples. I wish I had taken some economics classes in school. I wish I had taken some economics classes in school. I wish I had taken is my past participle verb. Some economics classes, plural here, in school. So I've used I wish I had this I wish I had pattern, and I've used it together with this simple, like I'm talking about a past point in time or past period in school here, yeah? So this is a very common example sentence. I wish I had, verb, and a past point. Quick note, pronunciation note. I wish I had becomes reduced. We reduce this to I wish I'd. So at native speed, I would say this sentence like, I wish I'd taken some economics classes in school. It's quite quick, yeah? Like, I wish I had becomes I wish I'd taken. I wish I'd taken. So this I had in particular is reduced to I'd. I wish I'd taken some economics classes in school. Okay, so let's look at the second example here. I should have gone to bed earlier last night. I should have gone to bed earlier last night. And it's very common to use this without last night. Just, I should have gone to bed earlier. I should have gone to bed earlier. Right here is another pronunciation point. I should have. I should have. This should have is reduced to shoulda. I should have gone to bed earlier. I should have gone to bed earlier. Okay. Mario has a good question. What about I wish I could instead of I wish I had? Yeah, you can use I wish I could have to express that something in the past was impossible, but you wanted to do it. So I wish I could have taken some economics classes in school. Totally correct. Totally correct. It means it was impossible. Maybe your schedule was too busy, for example. This one just means I did not do it. I wish I had, so I wanted to. So the nuance changes there. Hiruni on YouTube says, I wish I had studied more for my exam. Good, nice example. Okay. Taro DR says, should have gone? No, that is a very common mistake that native speakers make a lot. In speech, should have gone sounds like should have gone, should have gone. So many native speakers make a mistake right here. They use of, of. Totally incorrect, totally wrong. Should have gone, should have gone. So please don't use of there. It is totally incorrect. And yes, native speakers make that mistake a lot. Why don't I make a new video for Ask Alicia? There's new videos about every week, I think. I think so. Okay. I don't see other questions, so let's look at the negative then, yeah? Okay. Let's compare this to the negative. I wish I hadn't and I shouldn't have. I wish I hadn't and I shouldn't have. Plus past participle verb. It's the same verb form here, yeah? I wish I hadn't eaten, or I shouldn't have eaten. This shouldn't have is should not have. And this I wish I hadn't is I wish I had not something. Okay? I wish I had not, verb. I shouldn't have is I should not have, verb. This means an undesirable action happened. So the negative pattern, this negative pattern means something in the past happened, yes, but it was not good. I do not want that action. It was bad. It was not a good situation. So let's look at some examples of this. I wish I hadn't watched so much TV this year. I wish I hadn't watched so much TV this year. Some people ask, can I use to here, T-O-O? No, no, you cannot use to. I wish I hadn't watched so much TV this year. So that means I watched a lot of TV. I wish I had not watched that much TV. Stin says, question, Alicia, I wish you were here. How about that? Grammatically correct. Grammatically correct. I wish you were here expresses a wish about the present, though. To express a wish about the past, I wish you had been there. I wish you had been there. So you can change this right here in these patterns to express a wish about someone else. Okay. Vivek, is this a live or a premiere? This is a live. We're live every week. What John Carlo on Facebook says, what about present participle of that example? Do you mean maybe this example? I'm not sure which example that you mean. I'm not sure. Okay, let's go to next example sentence. Okay, one more. I should have spent more time studying last month. I should have spent more time studying last month. So, in other words, I did not spend very much time studying last month, and now I feel sad. So, I should have spent more time studying last month. So, here's my past participle verb. I should have spent more time studying. All right. That's it for this first part. Again, this is a review from last week, so we'll cover some new stuff from part 2 today. Okay. Bhavna says, what about you wish? Yes, you wish. You can use you wish to mean, like, usually as a joke. Like, you wish, like, something you want. That's something you want, not me. So, kind of different from today's topic. Okay, let's take a break. Take a break? Take a break. Take a break. Oh, that was funny. And then we'll go to part 2 for today. So if you missed it earlier, today we have a 47% off sale on our website. If you want to study English with us, you can check the link below the video if you're watching on YouTube, or above the video if you're watching on Facebook. And there is 47% off our study plan. So check it out and see if there's something that works for you. You can find all kinds of different tools, grammar lessons, audio lessons, of course video, a bunch of stuff. So check it out, take a look. I hope it is helpful for you. If you're just joining live, of course, today's lesson is about how to express wishes about the past with should have and could have, and a couple other things too. So we are focusing on this past thing, right? We're focusing on talking about like things we regret, or maybe things that were funny or embarrassing, okay? So let's go to part 2. Let's look at our lesson boards very quickly. So we talked about this point, our review point from last week. Now let's talk about could. Let's talk about could have and couldn't have. And then we'll end with some quick and useful expressions. Yay. Okay, so also, reminder, if you have not already, please, please, please make sure to like this video because it helps others find the lesson. And share, of course, too. That would be super cool. Okay, let's go to part 2. Part 2, could have. Okay, let's talk about could have. This one confuses many people. So we have visuals, we have diagrams. Okay, so could have. I could have plus past participle verb. I could have past participle verb. So this pattern is the same as the pattern we used in part 1, right? We use could. That's the only change here. I could have plus our verb. So what does this mean? You cannot use this instead of should have. Like, the grammar is correct, yes, but the meaning changes. So what does this mean? For example, I could have eaten something. This means an action was possible in the past. So here's a timeline. Past, now, future. An action was possible in the past, but it did not happen. It did not happen. So we want to express possibility, past possibility. Okay? An action was possible in the past, but it did not happen. So This one is very common with if sentence patterns. If I had something something, I could have something something. Yeah? We practice conditionals quite often on these channels. So we're going to practice a couple of these with an if pattern. You can send yours in the chat. I will try to check live. Okay. Okay, I'm looking for your questions too. So let's take a look at our could have example sentences then. I could have learned a new skill this year if I had been able to focus. I could have learned a new skill this year if I had been able to focus. So let's break this down. Here, I'll use a marker real quick. What's happening here? I could have learned a new skill this year. So here is where my, here's where my main clause ends, yeah? I could have learned a new skill this year. So right here, oh, this is really hard. Okay, right here marks this past action that was possible. I could have learned a new skill this year. But then I say, if I had been able to focus, that means I was not able to focus. It was difficult for me to focus. It was a strange year. So it did not happen. So we have these two parts, this if part and this main part. There are two parts here. So I'm not going to talk about if conditionals today, but this is how we use could have. Let's look at another example. This uses the opposite order. If is at the beginning of the sentence. So, if I had seen your message, if I had seen your message, I could have helped you. If I had seen your message, I could have helped you. So in this one, we have right here is our main clause. I could have helped you. It goes to here. Yeah. Ooh. I could have helped you. So that was the possible action. I could have helped you. It was possible. But here I have, if I had seen your message, if I had seen your message. This means I did not see your message. I did not see your message. So this did not happen. I did not help you. So we just want to express that past possibility. Also, at native speed, we reduce these sounds right here. I could have. So this I could have learned sounds like I could have learned. I could have learned. This whole sentence, I'll read the sentence one time at native speed, sounds like I could have learned a new skill this year if I'd been able to focus. So my reduction, the short sounds come right here, I could have, and if I had been, these are the main big reductions here. I could have learned becomes coulda, and if I had been able, this part becomes if I'd been able. Okay? So, if I'd seen your message, I could have helped you. So, please make sure to use that reduction, that short sound in your speech. Okay? Some of you are sending examples, so I will read a few out loud. Zuzana Orban, sorry if I said your name wrong, says, I could have learned English if I had had time. If I had had time. So a quick reminder, when sometimes this verb is have, the past participle form is had. If I had had, so there's two hads there. It's correct. I know it seems strange. It's correct though. If I had had time. Okay. Chong Mi Yi on Facebook says, what is the difference between could have helped you, like I could have helped you, and could help you? So I could have helped you is a past sentence, like pattern. I could have helped you in the past. I could help you means now. So like, do you have time now? I could help you. It's like an offer. Now, I could have helped you means in the past, but it didn't happen. Okay, I hope that helps. Okay, wow, lots of examples are coming in. AJ Gabriel says, can we say I could have played piano better if I still learn it? No, you can, I'm not quite sure what you want to express. Maybe I could have played piano better if I had studied more, maybe. So This is also a past structure, yeah, a past structure. Okay. Some of you in your example sentences on YouTube, you're forgetting this have. I could have studied. I could have learned. So don't forget your helping verb here, yeah? This is important. Okay? All right, let's go to the negative form then too. The negative form, I couldn't have past participle verb. I couldn't have past participle verb. So I want to say this one is not as common as this one. So we use this one fairly often sometimes in speech. This is less common. So what do we use this pattern for? I could not have plus past participle verb. We use this for an action or a condition. Usually it's for a condition. So we want to express some state, a status. So an action or a condition was not possible in the past because of a different past action. So what's the difference? I could have here expresses something was possible in the past. So it's it didn't happen, no, but it was possible. This one is the opposite. This action in the past was not possible. It was impossible. So we want to express that. So one example, again, this one's not as common. So I couldn't have known you were coming today. I didn't see your message. I couldn't have known you were coming today. I didn't see your message. This means it was impossible for me to know you were coming today. So I didn't know, and there was no chance for me to know because I didn't see your message. I didn't see your message. So this one we don't really use these if clauses with. We don't really use that. We use kind of a short past tense example, past tense explanation usually. So what's happening here is I'm expressing this impossible action. I couldn't have known you were coming today. And this sentence expresses the reason it was impossible. I didn't see your message. So we use this past tense, yeah? I didn't see. So this is different from the positive here. So I'm expressing this is the condition where this action would have been possible. So this is quite different to the two patterns. Okay, Helen says, what's the difference between could have and should have? I talked about should have in the beginning of this lesson, so please check this stream after it has finished rolling. Okay, I'm looking for your questions. Yeah, people are just writing, I didn't see your message, I didn't see your message. I couldn't have booked a ticket because I didn't know about it. So again, don't forget this helping verb. I couldn't have booked a ticket. I couldn't have done something. So don't forget those helping verbs, yeah? Okay. We can say and we could say. What's the difference between them? Can you give me an example? Like we can use those to talk about like examples or to imagine situations. Yeah, kind of depends a bit. Okay. Oh my gosh, let's go to the end. Like that's all for part 2. If you have other questions, you can send them, of course, to our question and answer series. Okay, let's take one more quick break, and then we'll go to the very short end for today's lesson. So, if you missed it, there is a 47% off sale on our website if you want to study with us. You can find Premium and Premium Plus plans there. There's all kinds of different study tools that you can use, stuff to download. You can get your own teacher too. Did you know that? I think I don't talk about that in live stream, but there are teachers that will help you specifically, individually, checking your homework and so on. So check the link below the video to find all of that on YouTube. If you are watching on Facebook, please check the link above the video. Yeah. Okie dokie. Let's go to part 3. Of course, if you're just joining, please make sure to like this video and share it so other people can find today's lesson. I will show you our lesson boards so that you can take a screenshot now. Okay, so here is our flow for today. So first we talked about this part right here, how to express wishes about the past with I wish I had and I should have and shouldn't have. And we just finished this part, I could have and I couldn't have. Now, let's finish with some very basic, very kind of funny expressions you can use to react to situations. So you can react or you can share your feeling about those past situations, about past regret or about something funny or embarrassing that happened in the past. Okay? Okay, let's go to the final points. Someone says, what is the difference between has and had? I have many videos about has and had. Please do a quick search of our videos on our YouTube channel. Maybe I'm not sure if it's on the Facebook page, but please make sure to do a search for that. I have made many videos. Okay, useful expressions. Let's take a look at some useful expressions for like reacting. So, how do you express your feelings about your past action? For example, I ate too much junk food and I use a pattern like, oh, I shouldn't have eaten so much junk food yesterday. I feel sick. That was so stupid. That was so stupid. So, that was so is a great pattern to use to express your feelings about a past condition or past action that you did. So, I shouldn't have eaten so much junk food. That was so stupid. Oh, no. So, stupid means it was not smart. Stupid is the opposite of smart. So, generally, don't say someone else is stupid. That's not very nice. But you can make a joke about yourself with stupid. That was so stupid. So when I do something not smart, I often say, oh, that was stupid. So you can use it too, all right? You can use other adjectives in this pattern. You can send some as well too. So that was so funny as well. Like, oh, that was so embarrassing. Like, oh my gosh, I shouldn't have done the presentation with a coffee stain on my shirt. That was so embarrassing. Embarrassing means it causes us to feel shame. We feel ashamed, something that is embarrassing. You can also use crazy. Crazy. Whoa, that was so crazy. So something that was hard to believe or just like really, really kind of not normal. You could say, whoa, that was so crazy. Dumb is the same as stupid. So that was so dumb. Oh, that was dumb. So you can express something was not smart. Not smart. And fun, of course. You can be positive too. Oh, that was so fun. That was so fun. Yeah, so you can use these to react as well. For example, your friend says, oh, I wish I had joined you on that camping trip last month. You can say, oh, yeah, I wish you could have joined too. That was so fun. Or it was so fun. Okay? All right. So let's look at an example of this. Another one. I wish I hadn't forgotten my wallet at home this morning. That was so stupid. That was stupid. So here's how we use the two together. We express our regret, our wish about the past, and we use this pattern to express our feeling about it. Okay? All right. So let's finish up with a couple of just real quick expressions that you can use. This one. I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. Use this expression when you feel surprised or shocked about your action. So, for example, I forgot my wallet at home. Like, oh no, I forgot my wallet at home. I can't believe I did that. At native speed, we say, I can't believe I did that. I can't believe I did that. So, we're shocked at our own behavior. Here's another one. When you make a bad decision, when you make a bad decision, everybody makes bad decisions sometimes. When you do that, you can say, that was not a smart move. That was not a smart move. Move means decision here. So imagine like chess. a board game or something, you make a move. We call this a move, a noun, like move. And when it's a dangerous move or you lose something, it's like, oh, that was a bad decision. That was not a smart move. That was not a smart move. Okay, so at native speed, that sounds like, oh, that was not a smart, but that was not a smart move. That was not a smart move. Another thing you can do is this. Use sarcasm. Say, great job, but with this face. So when you make a mistake, when you regret something, you can say, great job. Great. So this is a very common way to respond sarcastically. You can use this too. Lastly, let's end on a positive note, yeah? Something positive. I'll do things differently next time. I'll do things differently in the future. So this is I will, yeah? So I'm using will because I decide in the moment. So I will do things. So that means like this situation, the things in this situation, I'll do things differently next time. I'll do things differently next time, or I'll do in the future. So this is a nice positive expression to finish today, I think. Okay? Phew! We covered it all. Great job. All right. So that's everything for this week. I'm looking for your questions. I'll wait for another minute or so, and we'll wrap up there. So while we wait, I will show you our lesson boards again one more time so you can take a screenshot if you would like. There you go. Okay, so in this lesson, we practiced using I wish I had and I should have and the negative forms. We practiced could have and couldn't have. And we reviewed some good expressions to react and express your feelings about these past situations. So I hope that you got some good grammar review, especially with should have and could have. If you want some more information about those, there are many videos on the channel. I'll get some links. I will put some links, some reference links in the YouTube description. Facebook, I cannot update your links on Facebook, but I can update YouTube. So I will put some reference links if you want to practice some of these grammar points a little more. So please check the YouTube description. You can get everything there. There's the link to the sale. You can find me there too if you want to follow me on social media. All of that is there. So we'll wrap up for today. Lastly, of course, next week. Next week's information. Next week is, oh my gosh, December 16th. Only a couple weeks left until the end of the gosh. So we are going to talk positively next week. The topic I've chosen is how to talk about your accomplishments. Your accomplishments means the things that you achieved, the things that you did. So how do you express that? So this is good for job interviews in particular. And also how to politely express your accomplishments, the things that you achieved, like when you want to share on like social media, for example. How do you do that like politely? Yeah. So we're going to do that next week. So please join me again and we will have a good time. Okay, so we have to finish today's lesson. I don't see any other questions, so I'll finish there for today. So thank you as always for joining our live lesson this week. Thank you for liking and sharing the video, of course, and thank you for your great questions and your great example sentences. That was fantastic. So enjoy the